There we go. So make sure you're sitting down where it's not right in your face.
Okay.
I mean, it's. Well, I can get closer. Good battery case. Yeah, whatever you want. Just get comfortable, and then you should be good. You can go live on Instagram if she wants to record you. I'll go tell her. Hi, I'm Katie.
Here's a
So I didn't need to have you come in and then tell you what to do.
No, it's all right.
You never know if I'm gonna talk shit. Can I move this over? Yeah. This is Nicole, this is Carmen, and her friend Hazel.
Hello. Okay. I hit record. Let's just do a mic test.
Okay, thank you. That's so cute. Look at that. Oh, bloody.
Yeah, they're
I
Megan
love
Fox.
those shoes. Oh, it's Megan Fox?
Yeah, from what's it called? Jennifer's Body.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so cute. She's going to be performing at the Santa Monica Pier tomorrow.
Very excited. Do you have matches for mic test? Testing.
But you got to remember, that's where you're going to be talking. So
Okay.
she's going to record you because that's for the show.
Should I turn it like this one? Sorry.
Yeah, wherever you do.
It's up to you. Yeah, I know. Like right here.
There you go. Perfect. No, you can. Don't worry about me. I can do it.
All right, I can. Okay, yeah.
Yay.
So I
Oh,
use
yeah.
And then,
Okay, my turn.
okay, one more time. Sorry. Mic test. Mic test.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. All right. Whenever you're ready.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you. This is Kitty, and we're on the KalienteGirls show. And today I have the privilege and honor, and I'm so excited because you all have been listening to her music over the last year or so. I have Sniffles.
Yay! Hi.
Oh my
I'm so
God,
excited to be here.
Are
Thank
you
for
really? Let me touch you.
having
Let me
me.
touch you. Let me touch
Yes.
you. I'm touching her. She gave permission.
I'm real. I'm not just an internet AI.
Girl, what is going on? How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm so happy to be here in LA. You know, long travel, long flight, but I'm here. I made it.
You made it. Now,
Yeah.
is this your first time flying across to California?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Is,
excited.
are we?
It was-
Is California? Are we what you expected?
Yeah. I didn't expect the plane ride to be as bad as it was,
Oh.
but like now that I'm here, it feels good. It
Good.
definitely feels good.
Good. I'm so happy you're here. One of the things that I have to say is when I don't remember exactly how it happened. It seems maybe even longer than 2 years ago, but they played your song and I loved it.
Mhm.
And then slow, like sometimes me and him have the same. We go down the same path. I'll like somebody and I go, "Hey, he was here." You know what I mean? Or like
Yeah.
vice versa. Or I'll play and I'll promote and then I'll tag him. I'm like, "Oh, I like her." You know?
Yeah.
And then if he likes it, he'll replay it or he'll post it or he'll look in. But I've been seeing him creeping on your stuff. You know what I mean? And then he
Yeah.
posts your stuff. That's a big deal because
Yeah, I really appreciate
it's a
it.
very big deal. I mean, Flo is old school. I mean, old school Longy. I mean, he did ghost beats for Death Records.
That's
You know,
awesome.
the record label. So, and that's a big deal. So, he's not here, but he's going to hear the recording. So you
Pure
can say hello.
energy. Hi,
Hello.
Flo.
Hi, we
love
love
you.
you. Right? So, what got you into music? I mean, everybody has their thing. So,
Mhm.
what brought you to music?
Well, what really brought me to music, I've always loved to sing, like sing along, karaoke, stuff like that. But it really just got to a point in my life where I was just super emotional and I just didn't know how to let it out. You know, it's basically became my therapy. I just started writing in a journal and just singing covers and things like that. And it just grew into something that I'm so blessed to have, you know?
You know, now that you mentioned that, I'm so sorry that you mentioned that because that is one of the songs I heard you was like a sad song.
Mhm.
And it touched me because during that time, I don't know if it was like the collective feelings, everybody was going through some really deep emotional, and your song was just so touching. And then it even went together with your name.
Yeah.
You had a little cartoon really cute little like emoji.
Like crybaby girl.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why my name is Sniffles,
I
because it's like
know.
sad girl energy, like crybaby.
It was, but you don't seem like that now. You seem
No,
so like a
like-
ball of light. You know, you're like a
Thanks.
ball of joy.
I kind of think it's more of like a healing experience, you know, like I write it out and I just kind of let it out through there because I'm not always, you know, it's hard to talk about your feelings, but for some reason when it comes to music, it just comes really naturally to me and I just let it all out, and so I just keep going from there.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you use the tools to write it down because I know a few people and myself, you know, growing up. But another artist I know, her family member passed away, you know, and I just was so afraid, you know, because, you know, we all have our trials and tribulations in life, and I got close to her at one time, and so I was like, right,
Yeah.
I love you. You know, I wanted her to know I loved her, you know, because I lost my father too a couple years ago, and she just, and I'm just like, right, you know, and a lot of things come out of that because that's part of evolving as an adult, to transmute your energy, but into your craft.
Definitely, yeah.
Because it's so pretty. I mean, it really resonated with me. So I just wanted to get that part out. Okay, yeah. So what have you been doing after? Like, what got you? You got your song, you wrote it down, and then you started singing. And then what went from there? How did you proceed?
I just really started like posting stuff on Instagram and on SoundCloud. This was during like the SoundCloud era when we had Lil Pump, Juice WRLD, X, all of these artists that were blowing up on SoundCloud. And I live in South Florida, so I grew up around, you know, that I feel like that's where the hype really was coming. A lot of the shows in the underground scene in South Florida, and I was posting things on Instagram, and I would just be friends with people who were kind of involved in a lot of these shows. And people would just reach out to me on Instagram, so random. They're like, "Hey, I have a show next week. Do you want to perform? Like, I like the music you put on SoundCloud." And I was like, "Really?" I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, "Sure, let's go." I'm like 16 years old, just performing at like all these local shows. I just keep going from there and just meeting more people, you know, networking.
So you took advantage of that.
Yeah, really. Like it was more like I just post and people just gravitate towards it, and I just keep going. And luckily I'm blessed to live in a place like South Florida where it's constantly growing and evolving, and there's so many events and like things to nourish the creatives, you know?
That's nice. And so did you play music or you know how to play instruments? So what got you, how did you get that one step? Like,
to like the beats? Yeah, so I was posting covers on Instagram, just random songs that I would just sing over. And then my friend Anthony sent me a beat. He goes, "Please, just write something, like try. Your voice is so beautiful. I know you can do it."
Wow.
And then we ended up, like, we met up, we wrote this one song, and we posted it on SoundCloud. That was the first song I ever dropped, and it got 90,000 plays on SoundCloud.
Girl!
And I was walking around school, and people were, like, singing it, and that was just such a crazy moment.
What did you feel when you heard people singing your song?
I was in the bathroom, and I just hear a girl singing it that I've, like, never met before. And
That's
I was like,
crazy. That's like a movie scene.
it was crazy. And, I mean, it didn't really, like, it wasn't like I blew up from there, you know, but it was like that really gave me the drive to want to keep pushing and keep working. And I'm like, obviously there's a reason why people like are inspired by it and they want to sing my songs. Like, it must be good.
You are on your path, you're in the flow, because what is coming out of you and you're expressing to me tells me that this is it, this is you.
Yeah.
And you're manifesting this.
Definitely. That's a really big thing for me. Law of attraction, manifestation.
And the vibrational. It starts with the law of vibration.
Yeah. Everyone that I've met, like, it's crazy. I've been in places in Miami and I'm like, I want to meet this person. And then the next week someone DMs me on Instagram, "Hey, we're going here and here tonight. Like, they're going to be there." And then it just happens, you know? You just have to really have a clear mind and just attract, manifest.
I'm telling you, because I was telling Floyd that when he was coming, because I had never met him, I came across his music and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is like high class EDM, like, and he's international. He like sings all these songs, and he's from Long Beach, like my neck of the school. And I told him, like, I'm gonna have Sniffles on there too, you know, maybe you guys can meet and stuff. You know, I always like to push for collaboration because that's my thing. I love promoting and I love just. The universe provides me stuff and I just go with it. I don't ask why, I don't say why. And then he goes, "I like her stuff." And he named Retrograde, and he named another one, I can't remember. But he said those touched him, and he said that he wanted to collab with you. He'd be interested in it. And so that's very exciting because, you know, he's been working, if you've heard his music, it's really good, but he always
it's
started
really
using
cool EDM stuff.
But that's the thing. That's the festival thing, is being
Yeah.
a guest singer on someone who produces.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I love. Like, I want to get more into that and just like discovering new things in music, because I recently went to my first rave and I loved it. I never went to a rave or anything like that. I don't really listen to that kind of music, but the vibes there were so good, and I was like, wow, I might make an EDM song now.
Well, you're going to now with Floyd.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited about that. And he loved coming in here, and he's also like on the path of the manifestation thing and evolving and, you know, working on, you know how we all work on our shadow. Like you worked on it was like natural for you. You just took it, you know, because people have to go to counseling for that, and you did that and turned it around, and you attracted like minds, and they were looking and they found you. So where did it go from there after that?
Like honestly, the way that I've met like all the people in my life, it's all super natural and just like so amazing. My producer Martine, that I've been working with a lot, he helps me like do everything pretty much. Like we go in the studio at his house and he'll make a beat specifically for me. And he really helped me. Like he's big in the Latin industry. I don't make Spanish music, so
no
he kind of
for you.
No. I have like some Spanglish in the like project that's coming up, but it's not really like what I'm going for. But he just like pushed me, and we worked together. And he's like, "Come on." He's more on the industry side. He's more of an industry person.
Yeah,
so
and you need
he's kind of been guiding me. Like, listen, we need to do this way. Like, you need to just keep working. I see the vision, and that's so important, like to have supportive people around you.
Yes.
Definitely.
And see you as like the potential, because I was telling Floyd earlier when I was like getting in the industry, and I had a couple artists come in, I want you to manage me, and I didn't know anything about that. You know what I mean? So I got into it, and I thrown in. And one of the things I learned is I have a friend, he was with Sony, and I told him I go, hey, can you hear my friend sing, you know, and give me advice? And he grabbed me and goes, hey, I want to tell you this. There's hundreds of very talented people, and not many want to do the work. And so I learned from those couple years that, you know, you could push it. And one time, one girl got her song on the radio here, and that was it. She didn't want to do any more work. And I was just like, no, girl, we got to be
keep going.
We're not done. That's the
That's
beginning.
not it,
That's when you have to work even more, because someone's heard you. Now they want to see all of you.
Yeah.
And you're not even done, you know. And she could whip out songs too, but she was done. And that's her thing. That's great. But that's not my thing. Our job is done. You know what I mean? Like,
it's never done. No.
We can't hang out anymore. I'm like, honey, I don't hang out. I go to your gigs to help you, support you.
Yeah, to help you
I go,
grow.
but you know, people are like, oh, you get the life of the party. No, I'm there networking. Yeah, I might dance, but I'm supporting my DJs and producers. You know what I mean? And that's when I do my Gioconda. But I would say that, but it's true. You know what I mean? If you do what you love, you know, everything else just makes sense.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
and so I heard you have a couple. I was going through your Instagram. You had some great songs and collabs. I love it's cute. You had all your friends singing and everything. That was great. What do you see yourself in the next 5 years doing? Because you're doing, real quick, let me answer it. She's going to be at the Santa Monica. I know when this probably goes out, but people heard live and on my YouTube. She'll be at the Santa Monica 420. It's a what is it? Silent rave. Yes, we love those because you can have all the DJs playing, and then I love switching back and forth. And it has a half-mile radius. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But you're gonna be performing there tomorrow, so that's so people can know. And the link to her to get tickets, she has a link. She has
in my bio.
Yes. Not Sniffles. Can you tell people that? Got people like
at Sniffles, SNIFFLEZ at the end.
Yes, very simple. So you can go and see her perform tomorrow live. And she's only in Cali for a few days, and she'll be back to Florida. But what is your goals? Like, you're performing now, going to do your first, like, you know, disco, but in, you know, whatever. But what's your goals from there?
My goals is to just keep growing, keep building. I mean, eventually I want to be on the posters when I'm driving down, like, Hollywood Boulevard and all this. That's the goal, you know, just keep working and to just share, like, my message. I want people to be able to relate to my music. Like, I want to literally be in a stadium where people are crying to my songs to me. Like, that's just
amazing.
A full circle moment, like, that I just need to experience. Like, I've seen that happen for other artists, And I think that's beautiful to have people come up to you and tell you like, you saved my life, like I can relate to you, you made me feel something. Like that's so important to me.
So that's where you resonate just with the passionate feelings
Yeah,
and understanding, and you express that through your own experiences. I mean, is it gonna take another heartbreak to have that
Hopefully
happen?
not. No, I think I've had enough pain.
I don't
for
know. I
it.
just want to know. You know what I mean? Because I got a couple boys I can send you. No? They're great for transmitting that energy.
Yeah,
not
you
at
know,
all.
honestly, there's heartbreak in everything. Like
Right?
for me, it's not even always like a boy. It's like
Right? That's
friendships, like seeing something sad happen
In
to
the
people
world.
around me, like people passing away, like all of that's just like very like
just
you
life
know,
in
life
general.
in general, just every moment, you know, the good and the bad, like that's what inspires me always.
So what are you working on now? Like, are you working on any particular
Yeah.
any goals?
I'm
with people?
gonna drop an album in the next few months called Dopamine. So
Ah,
I'm in the works, you know.
which goes right there with the chemical and the brain.
Yeah, exactly. So the project's basically about like it's a rush of the highs and lows of like your emotions and just different experiences I had in life. Like some of it's rock, some of it's dancey, some of it's slow, like retrograde, the old stuff, like going back to just really like raw emotions. I just want to put that out there.
I love that. I love listening to your music. It's so easy to listen, you know, and sometimes it kind of sparks up a little emotion in me. Like, you know, like it's like someone who's singing can relate. You know what I mean? Like, oh, someone who understands how I feel. So that's, I don't know. I don't just resonate towards everybody, but when it affects me, then I'm like, okay, you got my attention. Like, what's going on? Let me check out this girl. And I'm like, oh, I love her. And when I see that he's putting that, I did my 2-minute quickie on the show, and then you were right. Like, I think you played right before my show. I'm like, yeah, I'm so happy. I'm like, oh, because he always put a song after, but he put you above my segment, and I was like, oh,
thank you, Flo.
I know, Flo's the best. He really is.
Thank you. You're the best for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm so glad you made it, and thanks to Carmen here at
Yes,
Dash,
shout
at the
out
Dash Radio
Carmen.
Studios. Took the time and let us do this. So I'm just so glad. So when you go back to Florida, what are you expecting to take from this journey here to California?
I really just want to experience like new energy, new things, like be inspired. That's really what I came here for. I was like, I just want to see what's up, you know? I mean, you guys are so nice here to play my stuff at Dash Radio. That was like a big thing for me. And like, you know what? I want to like come show face and like meet these people who are like so kind to me and just experience. Like, I didn't know the Santa Monica Pier show was gonna happen until like a week ago or something. And I'm just like, I just want to keep seeing what happens. You know, I was kind of sad for like a little, and I randomly like booked this on a whim. And I'm like, we're just gonna go see where life takes us.
That's amazing. And you know, we can look into what else. I have so many things going on, and I would love to participate. Have you participate or just, you know, get in there. But I am so glad that you were able to make it to the studio, because to me, like, you're across the states. I mean, we have people locally, you know, that don't get on. You know what I mean? And I throw a lot of songs to Flo, you know, a lot of different things. And it's nice to see when we have the same likes. I love that, because then I know I'm on the right path, and you're wonderful. So is there any special collaboration with any type of artist that you're maybe wanting to project out there?
I have a list on my phone of things.
Well, who's on the top of your head? I mean,
who's on the top of my list? That's hard. If we're talking about like rappers, maybe Trippie Redd, I would say, is on the top of my list. It's just so good. I love him. And then as far as singers, maybe like Billie Eilish. I feel like that would be like the most beautiful thing ever. That's really hard, but
no,
you gotta dream big, you know? You never know.
Because I knew she's represented by a certain producer, and he also represents Mero. And I was surprised that they were the same producer stuff. So, you know, you just never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. And then, you know, you never know who listens to the show too. Because we're on all platforms. This is the KalienteGirls show, but we're on like all, like, you know, and it's there forever. That's what's so good about it.
Yeah,
so tell our audience, listeners, how they can reach you, like other platforms, and what to type in.
So you can find me on all platforms. Sniffles, SNIFFLEZ. That's pretty much it. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, all that good stuff. You can find me there.
Okay, so that your main one is like Instagram. If they want to know. Like,
I would say Instagram. Yeah, that's what I'm the most active on. And like I have a little TikTok there and there.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming. Is there anything else you'd like to say or tell us at all?
No, that's it. I'm so glad. Thank you for having me.
I know. I'm so glad. And when I heard you were
happy.
coming, because I tell a lot of artists that are out, and I've been getting a lot from out of the country,
Mhm.
and a lot from New York. And I say, hey, if you ever come into town, tell me. I'm down to interview you. You know, and I have to say, out of a couple years, you're the first one that actually said, I'm coming.
I'm here. Yeah.
I'm coming
Gotta make it
home.
happen. Definitely.
Would you like to sing a little bit on it? Or
Ooh.
anything that you'd want to like just throw out there, like a little sound bite?
A little. Oh, can I like play it on my phone?
Yeah, you can play the music. Are you gonna sing with it though?
I can. Yeah.
Yeah, please. That would be the whole.
Okay.
So I'm so excited. She's gonna be at the Santa Monica Pier tomorrow, and you can go and see her. Tickets are on sale. She has a link in her bio and on the Instagram. I'll be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be there just doing little clips and seeing you and maybe saying hi. But whenever you're ready.
Yeah. So I have a song that I'm gonna drop called "Medicated" on the project Dopamine, and it's just about like, okay, you'll hear the lyrics. So it's like, devil, look me in my eyes. I lost sight, then I went blind. I was doing too much, I regret it. Never felt a love like this, but then your mind games kicked in, and I went missing. Never thought I could go missing. Never thought I'd fall for the tricks. Turns out life's such a, I don't know if I can curse. Every time you're down, it's nobody wants you to win. So I stay medicated. If I'm high, maybe I won't be frustrated. Dissociating. I lost my patience. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. Act like I'm the drama queen. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. At some point, gotta let it be. When I roll up, I feel a little better. Whenever I smoke up, I get out of my head, yeah. Act like they don't know us, but I know what they're saying. Every time I show up, I'm so intimidated.
Woo! I love that, girl. I would see myself.
Like 808s in the back.
I know. I was just rolling up right there myself. I was like thinking, oh my god, I know that too.
Yeah, like this project, I feel like is a big smoke a joint in the car, like type of vibe, like.
And that's the way it is, because honestly, when I'm at the beach all the time, I don't know how many cars pull up and they're just sitting there rolling it up.
Yeah, like that's just the vibes.
And you just know some of those are just there brokenhearted.
Yeah,
or
when you're just like
life.
overthinking or like something bad happens, I feel like that's such a thing for me. I just sit there in my car and I'm like, okay, let me roll. I feel like just pause. You know, in that moment, everything around you kind of just gets silent. You're just focusing on one thing, like.
Yeah.
That feeling is so good to me.
Yeah, you go back down to just breathe.
Yeah, you know,
Breathe.
you're like, okay, peace. I'm gonna smoke this joint right now
Yes.
and feel a little better.
Yes. Hence, I smoke 2 joints in the morning and smoke 2 joints in my car. But I'm not driving. I'm just parked, and I live right next door, and I'm walking out.
Yeah.
But anyways, I want to thank you so much for coming, and I'm so glad, and I'm so excited for tomorrow because it is 420.
420.
Woo!
So we can smoke
All day long around the Santa Monica Pier. But other than that, thank you so much. And this is Kitty with Sniffles, and you are listening to us on the Caliente Girls. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Woo!
Yay!
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me go tell this. Let's turn on this recording.
That was fun.
I know.
When I can only think of one song lyric because we just listened to it.
I didn't know how long. I ran over on my other one, and the poor host was like, oh, I can't see the time. But I don't know which one to push, but it's okay. Let me get this one off. So what are your plans? Like, what's your schedule other than tomorrow?
Honestly, the 2 things that I had really, we're today, and then tomorrow the show, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we kind of just sing. She wants to go to Coachella, but
No, not anymore. Frank
no,
Ocean's
now
not
Frank Ocean
performing,
isn't going,
so I don't
so
care about Coachella anymore.
so Coachella's
Yeah, I
canceled.
know that. You know what's so weird about Coachella is like that had been such a dominating, but the festival stuff is changing. Like you went to your first rave, like I've been in the underground for so long. Like this year, I was like, okay, I need to go level up.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the next up, because all the artists I have, they're just like starting. You know, like
Mhm.
okay, I've done my purgatory time. I want artists that that have talked to labels, not major ones, because you know how it is. You just work with producers.
Mhm.
It's like free agent stuff.
Yeah.
But like, so I have tickets. I have to look real quick, but I have tickets. Where are you guys staying?
We're staying like by the airport.
Okay, so you're in LAX.